I know that Marilyn and Reiner have a great introduction to all sorts of things, so I will turn the presentation over to them. And they have done an enormous amount of travel and looking at weaving from many cultures. So clearly it has interlaced with their hearts. And now they get to talk with us about some of the other ways that they have found people and threads intertwined.
Thank you, Mark.
You have your own mic, right?
I have to have my mic. I'm wired for sound. Can you hear me with my mic? Yes. Okay.
Move the podium. Can you move that thing? I can't.
Like this?
No, over
Better? Okay.
There.
He needs to have space not to fall off. He tends to wander when he talks, so. Okay, this is the point in the movie theater where you get your popcorn and you turn off your cell phones. You know, they have a little movie about that. So this is the part of the program where you get to hear about where this movie came from and where this movie is headed. Many of you know that I am a folk art teacher, and in 2014, my husband and I started putting my classes on video and streaming them and offering them as DVDs at the Instructors Cooperative Tapper Video website. And making those scripted classes was incredibly helpful to teach us how to make scripted movies. Many of you also know that I have a real heart for folk art techniques. And when he and I were in India, we watched a lot of artisans do their things, and we saw a number of folk art techniques, some weaving techniques among them, that are in danger of snuffing out because not enough people are doing them. Because they can't make money doing them anymore. So we had a small dream at that point. What we wanted to do was, since we had this website where we were streaming classes and accepting payment, we wanted to make little documentary films, document these folk art techniques, record them, make little mini lessons, have the artisan teach the camera, as it were, what they were doing, and then stream those classes on the website as well, and be able to send that money back to the artisan in country and hopefully make continuation of that skill of financial viability. And my husband, clever as he is, one morning said to us, you know, it would behoove us to do a documentary once in English before we tried to do one in Hindi. And I said, great. I said, you're gonna do a documentary film in English. That sounds great. Do you have an idea what you'd like it to be about? And he said, yes, weaving. And I went, yay. But he says, not the structure of weaving. He says, I'm looking for something a little more person to person. He says, this story that you told me about purple rug, about relationship through cloth. Do you have any more stories like that in the Weavers Guild? And I said, of course. And we were off. The idea for this movie took root, and off we went.
So the thing that I would like to point out is that originally when we started out, the idea was really focused on what Marilyn and I wanted to accomplish. We wanted to learn how to make a documentary. So the focus was pretty much on us. We were thinking about doing a really low to no budget movie.
That's a thing, low to no budget movie, that's a thing.
And our station was then we would show it here at the Seattle Weavers Guild, especially after we received the grant, which we are really grateful for. Thank you so much. And then we would possibly show it at a few more guilds if there is interest. We would, of course, put it up on the Tabor video site for streaming, but then expected it to, just fade away because we didn't have terribly high expectations.
So we filmed for 3 years. We collected footage like nuts in wintertime, squirrels putting away nuts in his computer. And we had to do this in off hours as well because I was still teaching. And he had this very inconvenient thing called full-time employment at Boeing. So,
Paid for the bread, however.
yeah, and health insurance. So the principles of the movie that we filmed first went for months and sometimes years before they heard from us again because we were filming other stories and they must have thought we died. Or worse yet, had decided not to finish the project. Then we started editing. And filming was a bunch of new skills, and learning to edit was a whole bunch of new skills. When we weave, we have control of everything in 2 dimensions, the color, the texture, the structure. When a person sculpts in clay, they have to work in all 3 dimensions. And I had a feeling that in this movie, we were having to sculpt in 4 dimensions, because not only did we have the 3 dimensions of the story, we also had time involved. And we needed to make a decision at every point. What order do we tell things in? What do we live in? What do we cut out? How long do we go before concluding a story? We needed to make a decision every single minute of the movie all along, and it was pretty intense. For the number of months before the deadline of needing to pass it on to the soundtrack composer, we would wake up at 5 in the morning and roll out of bed and eat something quickly and run to his computer and sit side by side and edit until he needed to leave for Boeing, and then he'd get back from Boeing, and I would throw something simple in front of him, and we would run to the computer and edit until I fell asleep in his lap at 9 o'clock. Get up the next morning and do the same thing. And this went on for months and months.
So as we were filming, and also especially when we were edited, something curious happened, because we filmed those stories and we realized that these stories were really worth telling. Those were important stories to tell. We really got into those stories and were fascinated by themselves, and there was a change of perspective. We lost the focus on us needing to learn to edit and film and do documentaries, but we really wanted to tell those stories as best as we could. And we also realized that this film really lives by the main characters and principles in the movie. We are so grateful for your time and your willingness to tell it. So I would like to call you up on the stage so everybody can see you. Peter Elschenfritz, Margie Fiddler, please come up.
So, Margie and, I'm going to change this one. There you go. Margie and Peter's story was where this movie started, because I heard about their story from Lois Gaylord when she gave the December program. And this was such a heartwarming story. This was the seed that started everything else. Thank you, guys.
But Chris, please come up. And Chris staying in for all of the 12 weeks.
Or any of the 12 that want to come up. So I met Chris Paul up in Linden when I was up there teaching at a convention. She was my hostess. And we had many lovely conversations in the evenings. And one of the things we talked about was these lovely placemats that we were having dinner on. And that led to us including this in the film.
So there are 2 that unfortunately are unable to come. That is Greg Glassman, and if we have the slide visible a little bit, Annie McHale in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
They decided they couldn't come, it was a bit long.
So the next one actually is here, but won't be able to come up to the stage. So we show her on the slide as well.
Diane McCullough broke her foot in New York City, and we're glad you're here. Even if you can't be on the stage.
And Maura Jackson really couldn't come, but she is halfway around the world in Bahrain. However, Karen Taliesin, please come up. She's part of that story as well.
Karen is the manager of, say it for me again.
Spiritual care.
Manager of spiritual care at Children's Hospital. Anybody here in this room know Children's Hospital? She's the one who receives the scarves that we weave. And that story, of course, needed to be told in this movie.
So, and finally, but last but not least, John Beard and Janice Lonergan.
Make yourself prepared, Janice. first met John at the Oregon Flock and Fiber Festival when he was demonstrating the twining of the raven's tail blankets. And after seeing this man and talking with him, I have been enthralled with this man ever since. And through him, we've met Janice, and this has become also a friendship, and we are just so thrilled that they are here and they're in the movie as well. By the end of the afternoon, everybody is going to love these people.
So please give them all a big round of applause.
So I'd like to say to the Guild, please don't be disappointed if we filmed you and you don't find yourself in the last bit of it, in the film itself. We had to make decisions. These were some of the hardest decisions. There's pieces of this film that I would rather lose my eye teeth than lose, but we had to keep it to an hour and a half. They don't want any 45-hour movies out there, although we could have done it. We want to thank all of the Weavers for all of your footage. We want to thank all of the customers at the Seattle Weavers Guild for all of your comments. But we had to interview 40 customers to choose 4 customers. We had to interview the Quadrant Weavers for 45 minutes of good usable footage. I mean, all of it was good usable footage. 45 minutes, we had to cut it down to 2.5.
Cutting hurts. It's painful.
Even if we, or if we could keep them at all.
So as our perspective changed, we decided that we need to take this movie a little bit more serious. We got some equipment. We also realized that in some areas we didn't have the skill set that we really needed. So we hired some people to help out. Sound for the music, and the music for the movie. We hired people to help us with those.
Alicia, stand up. Alicia has done our music. Jeff has saved our audio. And Jonathan is our narrator.
And we also realized we needed more kind of insight in filmmaking itself. And we found a wonderful resource. CDOC is an acronym for Seattle Documentary Association.
Who knew we had a Seattle Documentary Association?
So we found those and they were really helpful. We had something they call a work in progress or just WIP screening. And we showed some segments of Interlacements there, got wonderful feedback, incorporated most of it. We chose to ignore a few advice, have our mind of our own. And with those screenings, we realized those are really, really helpful. So we had more screenings at home with members from the church, with people from our neighborhood. We had screenings in Michigan where Marion's mother lives. And those screenings really had the effect of yet once more changing our perspective towards the movie, because as we showed it, we saw people reacting to the movie. And seeing this reaction, different people reacting to different parts and in different ways, but reacting nevertheless, that was really empowering and thrilling. And we realized this perspective, you not only make the movie of a story, but you make it for somebody. And that is a different perspective and really important.
He was really funny that night. He came home and he said, "Did you see them watching? Did you see them watching?" They were engaged in something we did. He was high on life. So something else that we were surprised by at the Seattle Documentary WIP, Work in Progress, was we were thinking, this little movie, this is going to be fine for the Guild, no big deal. And they said to us, no. This movie has what it takes. Get it to film festivals. And we said, oh.
We had a new learning task ahead of us at that moment. Because you just don't apply and client says, okay, here is a film, show it at the film festival, you need to create something that's a press kit. You need to figure out what film festivals would be suitable, and we're still in the process of selecting that.
And here's one laid out on the stage. You can read it during lunch.
Here's the press kit, if
16
you're interested.
pages long. It's like a term paper.
We still, and we have now bigger plans for the distribution. We think it probably will not go to your local Cineplex, but it might show up at an art house movie. And the way film distribution works, as we learned, is that you do go to the film festivals, you show it there. Hopefully somebody in the press will be interested enough to write about it and mention it. There are also people in the industry of distributing films, and somebody may pick it up and move it and wherever it goes. We are not quite sure where it is going to make it. One market that CDOC mentioned that might be interesting is the educational market. High schools, universities that would be interested in showing the movie to their students.
CDOC says that if they see our movie, they can learn what passion looks like.
And obviously we still are planning to show it at Weavers Guilds, and the thrilling news is that we actually, even before it was shown for the first time, we have a number of guilds, 6 guilds, interested in showing the film. So we are very curious. So for the press kit, we also needed something that was part of, you need to have that in a press kit, you need quotes from people that are relevant in your area. And so we showed the film behind the scenes to some people, so we could get those quotes, of course.
We showed them to Linda Ligon, Madeline Vanderhoof, and Deborah Chandler.
And Deborah Chandler. And one of the feedback we got was a surprise.
Oh, well, the Deborah Chandler, I mean, just when you think that your project is finished, right? Here's the nail. It's done. I can move on. Deborah Chandler saw the movie, and she gave us the quotes that we needed, which were wonderful. And then she said, I want this film dubbed in Spanish. She said, not subtitled. No. I want it dubbed. The reason is, she wants to show it to native weavers. She says, I want every native weaver in the world to see this film. Why? Because she says it's going to teach them 3 things. Weaving is still going on in America, the land of riches and technology. They're still doing something as menial in the eyes of the native weavers as weaving.
Hand weaving.
Hand weaving. Number 2, the weaving that's done in this technological country is honored. And the weaving that's done is bringing people together. She says, this is important, and a lot of the ladies I'm going to show it to are illiterate, and so you can't do it subtitled, you want to have it dubbed. Well, you know and I know when Deborah Chandler says jump, weavers jump. And so we did some research on how would we go about getting, because you need to hire voice actors to do this, to lip sync and what have you. And it looks like it's going to be $5,000 to do this. And Deborah said, apply for a grant with National Geographic. And we were just laughing because $5,000 is just about exactly what we had into film at this point. So we said, okay, so how are we going to do this? And long story short, we're going to go the grassroots way. We started a GoFundMe. And it's called Let's Dub the Interlacements Film. You can find it on the website if you're interested. But we'll be taking this GoFundMe campaign and giving it that information to all the different guilds that we show it at, all the different venues. And when we get our $5,000, dang if we're not going to go get this thing out. So I want to get your expectations right. After hearing all of this, don't have your expectations high. This is our first film. This film is a slow film. This film has no car chases. This is a film made up of interviews only. So in spite of all the reaction that the other people have given, please make your own judgment on the film and please be gentle with us. We're newbies.
Yeah, it's not a Hollywood production. But we are still proud of it. And I hope that in the end you will enjoy it. For us, the main task now is to spread the word, to make sure that every person that would be interested in seeing the movie knows about it, hears about it, and if any of you are feeling after the movie that you enjoyed it and you know somebody who you think should be seeing it, do mention that so that people know about the movie